big thing, find your tribe, okay? Who are the people that you want to spend your time with? This has been referenced a few times in here, but who are your top 5? Who are the people that you want to actually be defined by? Who are the people that you want to aspire to be like? What do they dress like? What do they look like? Because every single tribe has a very different appearance. I mean, take something as simple as high school sports. What's the difference between my high school and the high school up the street? Geographic location. I mean, really, that's about it. You know, it's similar socioeconomic status, it's similar racial makeup. It's pretty dang similar. We just happen to live in different neighborhoods. But all of that is very much exaggerated by the fact that they have a different mascot. They wear different colors in their uniforms. And they do things differently that make them a different tribe. And so much of that tribe is signaled by what it is that they're wearing. Think about your experience in high school. The kids that all grouped together, did they all look the same? Was it really pretty easy to tell the difference between the guys who played football versus the guys who were out in the back getting high? How about the difference between the guys who were playing Dungeons and Dragons versus the guys who were, I don't know, playing lacrosse? Pretty easy to tell, right? And how do you tell that? By the clothing that they wear. That's how you signal to the guys who are in your tribe that, yes, I am part of your tribe, and to the guys who are not, that, no, I don't want anything to do with you. You're not part of my tribe. And so if you want to know how to dress, don't start with how to dress. Start with who you want to be, and then find out the way that the men that live that way, find out how they dress, and aspire to be like them aesthetically, and use that as a way to catalyze your desire to be like them in other more important ways as well. So I'll show you how this works for me, especially because tribe is something that is not just you. The beauty of tribe is that it's bigger than you. So I have 3 main tribes by which I define myself. The first is my church. This is Joseph Smith. He's the founder of the church. The second is my family. So it's me, my wife, my daughter and son. We've got the third on the way. And the third is the company that I'm part of. It's called Beckett and Rob. We do custom suits, and these two other guys are the founders. These are my 3 main tribes. When I do something, when I do anything, I don't just represent myself. I represent these groups. Your opinion of my family is already being determined by the amount of time that I have spent talking to you today. Your opinion of the company I represent, your opinion of the church that I'm part of, these are things that are determined, if you haven't had exposure to anything else, by what I do and by how I represent my tribe. Now, for a lot of guys, especially for young guys, that's how it was for me. That's terrifying. It's a lot of responsibility. But men are designed to thrive under responsibility. That's what we're supposed to do, is shoulder that responsibility and use it as a way to improve ourselves. And so one of the big benefits of tribe is not only is it bigger than me and I get the benefits of that as far as I'm protected or I'm represented, but it's bigger than me in that I have to be bigger and better than I would be if I were just left to my own devices. That's why family is so important. That's why country is so important. That's why even a group like this is so important, because you guys already feel more of a kinship with each other, especially if you've had the opportunity to talk to each other in between breaks, than you would have beforehand. This is already starting to become a tribe. And if you don't have one, I would say look to each other. Look to each other as a way to form that. But that's a big aspect. So how do you find your tribe? Right? We just have to keep diving deeper and deeper into this. Can you imagine if you were to wake up after being knocked out and you were in a raft in the middle of the ocean and that's your only view? What do? What direction do you head? What difference does it make, right? You don't even know what's the difference between swimming this way or that way or any other way. It's all just blue ocean. There's nothing to look at, right? There's no difference whatsoever. And a lot of times for a lot of guys, that's how it feels when I tell them, well, yeah, let's just start dressing better. Okay, well, what does that mean? Do I have to wear a suit like you do? Does that mean that I do like the streetwear thing and I buy a bunch of Jordans? Or, do I have to dress like a motorcycle? Like, what does that mean? There's so many different directions and so many different choices that most guys don't even know what to do with it. Okay, is it a little bit easier if you have a few different islands to swim to? What if you are right there in the middle? It's easier, right? But how do you know which island to swim towards? What if somebody told you that you would be happier at this island than at this one, or maybe at that one? Well, then, yeah, that makes it easy. But at least you're narrowing it down and getting it even easier to do what you need to do as far as getting yourself taken care of and taking advantage of that growth. Okay, so that's all a tee up to the fact that I have 3 different islands I can help you guys swim towards, okay? I've defined these as the 3 masculine style archetypes, and I'll help you guys understand what these are so that you can use them as a way to not only find your tribe, but develop your aesthetic. And again, these are all ways to just catalyze your desire for growth in more important areas. So the first of these is the rugged archetype.